Downhill skateboarding is an incredibly risky and dangerous sport. When you're out there flying down a hill at 50 miles per hour, there's a lot of potential for bad shit to happen. But despite this, there's still thousands of downhill skaters out there and thousands of others getting into the sport. Today, I'm going to try to describe to you guys why, despite the risks, this sport is worthwhile. Why, despite all the traumatic experiences I've had, all the injuries, all the close shaves with death, that I still step on a board and get out there every single week. Okay, but first I'd like to dispel a myth. I know when you guys think downhill skateboarding, you're probably thinking about skating like this. So for context, this is Diego Poncelet. He's skating really hard. He's going over 50 miles per hour, skating super aggressively, pushing the limits. Over here we have Chase Hiller skating narrow mountain paths in Colombia, overtaking motorcycles, doing stand-up slides, getting chased by dogs. Like, this is pretty crazy. And to be totally honest, the average downhill skateboarder's experience looks nothing like that. For the average person, you're gonna have a far tamer and far safer time than what those guys were doing. Those guys are the best of the best, which is why they can skate like that. And also, they've probably done several things to ensure that they're gonna have a safe ride and they can make it to the bottom. And some of those things, they don't necessarily show up on camera, or you can't necessarily glean that from your viewing experience. Take what you've seen with a grain of salt. And another myth I'd like to dispel is that yes, whilst there's certainly risks, there's actually a lot you can do to ensure your safety as a rider so that you can have a safe time. It's not like as soon as you step on the board and go down a hill, a car is going to appear out of a bush and try to run you over. There's a lot you can do to ensure that you're being safe. Things like picking a quieter road and then picking a quieter season or a quieter month or a quieter week or a quieter day of the week, and then picking a quieter time of the day, and then picking a time to drop in when there are much fewer cars on the road, when the road ahead of you is clear, when there's no car behind you, and even then spotting the road before to make sure that it's clear of hazards. Doing these things can significantly reduce the potential dangerous things within your environment and ensure you're having a safer time skating. And the next thing of simply ensuring that you're a competent skater, that you can control your speed effectively. By that I mean being able to foot brake, being able to pendy, being able to slide both ways, having a board that's stable for the speeds you're trying to go at and can make it around the corners that you want to go around, that stuff can significantly reduce the potential for bad stuff to happen. So there's a lot of stuff you can do to really reduce the potential for bad shit to go down. But I said reduce, not totally prevent. There are still bad drivers out there. There are still people that drive up the opposite lane and do crazy shit. And the truth is, you can do everything correctly. You can stay in your lane. You can do blah, 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 blah. But if someone decides to drive up the opposite lane, you might die. Full stop. Also, that was me in the video. Totally okay. Built different. Walked away from that, even drove home later that day. Just strong as hell, bro. But even if bad stuff happens to you, there is still stuff you can do that will keep you safe. You can wear a certified helmet. You can get a certified back protector. You can wear crash shorts. You can get a leather suit. You can wear knee pads. Even if bad stuff happens to you, if you protect your person, there is a chance you can walk away from the bad thing. So yeah, there's a lot of barriers you can put in place where if bad things do happen, you can still survive and still live to skate another day. But honestly, if you've worn your back protector, if you've worn all that stuff, and maybe it's God calling for you, man. Maybe God is just like, hey dude, it's your time. It's a time for you to get up here, bro. It's you've done enough shit down there, bro. It's your time. Your time must come, bro. Really, what I'm trying to tell to you guys is that, it's not just you're standing on a hill and hoping for the best. There's a lot you can do to ensure your safety and several things you can do to make sure that even if bad things happen, you can survive and live to skate another day. And, for some people, even what I've outlined may not necessarily be enough for them. But for me, I think the risks are outweighed by the benefits. I think this sport is worthwhile as it is for me. And remember, I'm talking from my perspective, so there's probably stuff out there, people out there who manage the risks a little bit differently from myself, and maybe the sport means something different to them as well. But yeah, for me, despite the risks, I think it's worthwhile, because if it wasn't for downhill skateboarding, I don't think I'd be here at all. I think, if I wasn't skating right now, I don't know what I'd be doing in my life. I don't know what sort of life I'd be living. I don't know what I'd be doing to enjoy that life. I don't even know if that life would be worthwhile at all. downhill skateboarding has given me, in a summary, like a lot of reasons to live and a lot of things to look forward to. I don't think I've been depressed in the past, but I have experienced despair. I have experienced hopelessness. I have experienced, waking up in the morning, not really having anything to look forward to, not really having a purpose in life, not really knowing what I wanted to do, just existing. And ever since I found downhill skateboarding, it's been this compounding effect for me. It's had this positive influence on my life that has totally been unexpected for me. Beyond just being like a really fun thing to do, it's given me a lot of reasons to look at life as something, worthwhile now, as something worth living, and it makes me appreciate what I have now. It's given me a community. It's given me things to look forward to, things to build towards. It's given me something to hope for in the future. It's allowed me to meet a lot of new people, to explore a lot of avenues of my life. It's given me something to improve myself for, and something to care about. And it's incredibly challenging and fun. I don't think I've ever felt anything elsewhere that feels, as incredible as going fast on your skateboard, as taking a perfect line through a corner. I don't think there's anything that's tickled my brain that good to be able to be literally there in real life, not like you're playing a video game or whatever, and experience that. There's nothing that's put me in the moment, put me in the zone, made me experience life second by second, the way downhill skating does. Everything else, all the bullshit that I deal with, blah, 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 step on the board, take a few rounds, and all that shit melts away. You're entirely present in the moment. And it's an incredibly beautiful thing. And maybe for a lot of people, this stuff isn't that important, or maybe you get it from other sources in your life. But I'm just grateful I found something that, I can be excited about and wake up and look forward to, because I know what it's like to not have that. So I'm just grateful. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for downhill skateboarding. So despite the risks, despite blah, 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 I think it's worthwhile for me, and I'm going to keep doing it. So yeah, I essentially freestyled that whole video. So sorry if it's not as concise and as articulate, maybe. But yeah, but hopefully maybe that can give you a glimpse into why, despite the risks, how we manage the risks and why it's worthwhile, even if it's dangerous for a lot of us people. And maybe that can give you some motivation to go out there and try it. And, tell me what downhill skateboarding means to you in the comments. And interesting to see, what value people take away from this sport. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.